Okay, so you have picked your piece, you have created a timeline for your students to practice and for families to become familiar with the recording process. You have created and sent click tracks or something like that to your students, and now it's time for them to record. Okay, so this, of course, will be, the single most important factor in the quality of your final product. You need to make sure that your young musicians will record videos that are as good as possible in their performance and also in the technical aspects such as sound and lighting. Of course, we don't expect anybody to have professional recording equipment at home, so students will be doing this most likely with their phones. And like I said in the previous video, students will need two separate devices. One to play the click track into their headphones so that they can play to that, and a second device to make the actual video. A parent of an MYS student, his name is Patrick Cummins, he made an amazing video with tips about how to be successful at creating these home recordings, and I actually want to play that video for you guys right here on this video. However, you can also find that video by itself on the MYS YouTube channel. But before I play that video, one thing that's very, very important, and it's easy to forget, I forgot to tell my students to tune their instruments and to tune to a specific pitch. So you might tell them make sure to tune to 440, A 440, or perhaps you could include in your click track a tuning note so that you'll tune to that. If you have a backing track that goes along with the click track, then that will also help them be in tune. But don't say nothing about tuning. Make sure to remind them, and whatever you do, come up with a way that that they will be in tune as best you can. So now let me play this video by our friend Patrick Cummins, and then we'll talk a little bit more. Here it goes.
Hello musicians, I'm Patrick. Mr. Gomez asked me to give you some tips on how to make your videos look as good as they can. This can help you for the virtual performances and for any virtual auditions you have coming up. I hope this helps. First, it's important that your recording device can stand by itself, be steady, and that you can play without worrying about it. If your phone or tablet are on your music stand, it can get shaky if you have to turn the pages. A small stand like this can be very helpful. It can hold your device holder and your microphone if you have a separate one. If getting a stand and a phone holder and all that isn't an option, don't worry about it. There are tons of things around your house that you can use to secure your camera. You can use a binder clip to stabilize your camera on a tabletop. You can use the base of a vinegar and baking soda rocket chip to secure your camera. You can use one of your collector Hello Kitty water glasses. You can use a little picture frame holder. The point is, just have a nice stable shot. How you get there is up to you. Framing yourself in the shot is very important. Being able to see both you and your instrument is critical. Try to have your camera as close to eye level as you can, whether you're sitting or standing up. Upshots are not very flattering, and getting a good shot of your ceiling is less important than seeing you play the song. Give yourself some room to move in the frame. Put the camera far enough away from you that if you move while you're playing, you're still in the shot. The space between the top of the frame and the top of your head is called headroom. Give yourself a little headroom, but don't overdo it. Too much headroom fills this space with a bunch of stuff we don't care about. We'd rather see you. For instruments that are played vertically, like the cello, it's good to turn your camera so that it records you vertically. We don't have a cello. For instruments that play more horizontally, it looks better to turn the camera horizontally. Sometimes your practice space is not very big. That's okay. Just get the camera as far back as you can to see your whole instrument and you in the shot. Just do your best. Lighting is very important also. Cameras that come on phones and tablets adjust for light automatically. I'm sure you've seen that when you sit with your back to a window, you appear very dark compared to the background. To avoid this, use any big light source, like a window, as your key light, and face that direction if possible. Get that light on your face, not on your back. If you can, a small LED light can be found online for very cheap and will really help the look of your videos. This one's small, it's light, and it's not very expensive. It runs on battery, or you can plug it in. And it'll match the color of daylight. It'll match the color of daylight or indoor light bulbs. Pretty neat. You can use lights you have on hand also. Just do your best. For better quality sound, adding a high quality microphone to your setup is a good idea if you can invest in one. It's important to stress, the microphone that you have on your device is totally good enough. Just be somewhere very quiet and you're definitely going to get a good recording. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Break a leg, and I can't wait to see all the videos you guys make.
That's a great video with great tips, and we're very thankful to Patrick Cummins for making it. Maybe to this I will add, based on your comfort level with video editing, and we will get into that later in the series, you might want to consider actually asking all of your students to send videos that are shot horizontally. It makes editing easier later because your final product will be on a horizontal screen, but it's not crucial. You can still very much work with both horizontal and vertically shot videos. You just, later you'll change how each video appears by cropping, etc. when you put all of the videos together. But yeah, again, most of the young musicians are going to be using their phones, like Patrick said, and that's totally fine. The important thing is that they're in a quiet space and they have good light and a good shot, good framing. In the next video, we will talk about how to get those video files from your students. Once they're done recording, how do they get those to you, and how do you organize those files in a way that makes sense for your project.